Are back. Yes, we're back. Yes, we're back. We're back. We are back from a fabulous trip that I can only say you missed out on. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about not just your real estate business, but we're going to talk about all the stuff you missed out on this weekend. I mean, it's going to be mind-blowing when you think about why in the world did I not show up? And for those of you that are watching that were there, you know what you got. So, this is Zack Childress for your real estate investing talk that works in today's market. And yes, we're not doing the radio today, so what does that mean? That means I'm working directly with you on my Facebook fans, my Facebook followers, my Facebook crew. Can I get it up for my Facebook crew? So, what I want you to do today, whether you're watching me right now or you're coming back and watching me later, I want you to put your questions in, talk to me. If not, I'm going to talk to you anyways, whether you talk to me or I talk to you or you talk to me or I talk to Jill. Somebody's going to be doing some talking today. And hopefully it's you talking to me so I can talk back to you. That's what I'm hoping for. But as you can see in the back here, I'm just going to show you some stuff of the things you missed this weekend. You missed this weekend. It was a blast, guys. It was a blast. We changed some lives this weekend. I told you that this event was going to sell out. Jill, did we sell out?
Yes.
We sold out, guys. It was a packed house. Like, there was no empty seats. If people were in the bathroom, people were trying to take their seats. Like, it was packed. It was packed out. Why? Because people want to know. People want to know what the market's doing. People want to know how to do real deals. People want to know how to make real money. People want to know what's really working from someone who's really doing it. That's why I'm not your guru. I'm your coach. And I coached all weekend. Look at all these people excited to be at this event. Coming, saying, look, help me get going. These were the people that made a point in their life to block time out to come to an event that they weren't just going to be lectured to. Now let me tell you something. If you miss this event, that's all on you. You better own your life. Own your own life. Hashtag that, Jill. Own your own life, guys. Because don't come blaming me because you didn't get what you wanted. This event changed some lives this weekend. I told you it was a do deals event. We did deals at the event. I was giving homework on Friday. People were doing homework, coming back with deals. I was analyzing those deals for them. Do you see this guy right here, Brian? He went out just from his homework. He put a 9-unit deal under contract. A 9-unit deal. And he came back in the class. I helped him with his contract. He got his contract, put it under contract. This thing spins off a 30% cash-on-cash return as is. When it's fully stabilized and in a pro forma state, it's as high as 60% cash-on-cash return. He has a $25,000 assignment fee built into it. I had 5 buyers in the room that wanted to buy it from him right then. Guys, you think to yourself, oh, I can't go. I got other things to do. Well, you missed out on a $25,000 deal at the event that you could have made $25,000 for just showing up to the event. I got to talk to another kid there. What was the kid's name, the young kid out of Memphis?
Oh, that was Richard Harrell.
Richard. Oh, Richard came out to our event in Charlotte. He went to our Nashville event. Comes up to me and says, Zach, I went to your Nashville event. He said, what I learned at your Nashville event alone, he said, I went out in the next 30 to 40 days and made $40,000 just off of what I learned from your event. Man, I'm here to tell you guys that if you ain't helping yourself, no one can help you. I've put it out there. I even did a book signing. My new book came out. People at the event were the first ones to get their hands on it. Why? Because they're there. It's called My First Deal Playbook. Some of you are going to get an opportunity to see it as well. This book was changing people's lives at the event. They got it on Friday. I asked Saturday, how many of you are reading the book? Man, 20, 30 hands went up. I said, how many of you are liking the book? Every one of them were like, this is great. This is amazing. This is telling me exactly what I need to do. That's the stuff I want you guys paying attention to. That's why I do these shows for you guys. That's why I'm engaged with you. You get engaged with me, I'll be engaged with you. Remember, I say it all the time, active participation. Active participation. Realizing that you're in a moment in your life, you're in a journey in your life right now. And listen, let's face it, we're all in the same place. There's really only 3 places that we are in life. You ready for this? Write this down. There's only 3 places that we are in life at all times. We're either coming out of a tragedy, going into a tragedy, or we're living a tragedy, right? Like that's where we are. We're either coming out of one, so the season has changed, and we're starting to get stabilized, or we're about to go into one that we don't know that's going to hit us, so we have to be prepared for that. We have to put our stuff in place now. We have to put our positioning together. We have to plan our investments together. We have to plan our direction together. We have to get in the game. We got to be ready right now if we're about to hit a tragedy so that we can come out of it with the least amount of damage as possible. Or we're living in a tragedy right now, or we think we are. And we've got to change that. We've got to mentally, mindset change that by being aware of what we're in. We're in a real estate boom right now. This market is hotter than you could see. Listen, a lot of people talk about it and a lot of people tell you to go buy, but at this event this weekend, I'm so pumped about this event. We changed so many lives this weekend. Charlotte didn't even know what hit them until we rolled in. Me and my team came in there and blew the doors off of Charlotte. Why? Because I promised you we were coming to do that. And the people there saw that, felt that, and realized that we were there giving them information that no one had ever given them. I can't tell you how many times people came up to me and said, Zach, I've been going to seminars for 4 or 5 years and no one has ever shared with me what you shared with me this weekend. 4 to 5 years going out to these gurus that couldn't teach them what they really needed to know until they found their coach. You understand? That's why I'm your coach. I coached people that weekend. I helped people get deals put together right there in the event. No one else is going to do that. Why? Because the reality is they probably can't. Let's face it. Or they're scared to because they're afraid that they might not be able to perform. But when you're talking to your coach over here, Zack Childress that is, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of this market. I ain't scared of nobody. I know what I know and I know how to do it. And whether I'm sitting with you or I'm sitting with Joe, Jim, Jack, or Mary, it's all the same to me. Let's do some deals. Let's put some deals together. Let's make some money. Let's make it happen. That, my friend, is what this is about. And that's why I want you to understand that if you had any reservations in your mind, or maybe you just couldn't get a ticket because they were sold out, you need to be ready. We're doing another one. When?
In August.
We're doing another one in August. Don't miss this one. Do not miss the one in August. We're coming to the West Coast. I think we might hit LA. We're going to blow up LA. Listen, people ain't got no clue. I'm so excited about what we're doing right now. I pulled the curtains back and I just didn't tell them the market was changing. I showed them in details how everything was predicting the market was upswinging. I showed them how to do the research. I showed them how to track lumber prices. I showed them how to track permits and economic indicators, and I showed them how to track it all. Plus, I laid out the 6 main marketing systems that we're deploying in our business. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm excited. You know why I'm excited? Because this event, people were absolutely not just blown away, but thankful. I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said, you know, Zach, I almost just didn't come. I thought this was going to be like another seminar that I've been to over and over again. But for some reason, your team sounded sincere when I talked to them. And so I made the trip, and I'm glad I'm here. Listen, I can't tell you how many people said I've learned more in one day, than I've learned in 3 days and 4 days at other events.
I am going to interrupt you because we have Dr. J.
Dr. J!
And he says, this is Dr. J. I've seen it happen for real. I had my doubts. You the man. Everyone just has to believe in them and do. And
Dr. J!
He was with us in Charlotte, North Carolina.
He was with us in Charlotte. He said he had his doubts.
You the man. Everyone just has to believe and then do.
He said he had his doubts, but he saw it for real. He said you just got to believe. I'm telling you, I get it, guys. I get it. There's a lot of stuff flying around the web, but how many people give as much free information as I do? Remember, I'm here every Monday doing REI success tips into your email box. I'm here every Tuesday doing real estate investing talk with you. Maybe today I'm going to brag a little bit about the event. We'll get back on track tomorrow with the book club, but you know, I got to talk about the event a little bit. I'm excited about it because we changed some lives this weekend. We put some stuff together. We made people put deals together like I told you I would. So that's Tuesdays, Real Estate Investing Talk. It's free for you. Be here, learn. Wednesdays, we do our Dig Deeper book review or expert interview. It's for you. Thursdays, we send out our student success stories. Why? Because I want you guys to know that I'm here to help you create a clear vision through the murkiness of all this stuff out there. And you just got to believe, guys. Just like Dr. J said, just believe. Believe. If you believe it, you'll receive it, because you got to just realize it's right in front of you right now. I'm your coach. I'm here for you. I'm all about putting you into a 3-day life-changing event. Why? Because I know I listen, and I'm all about competition, and I really don't even see this as competition because I don't think any of them measure up to me, to be honest with you. And I don't say that as I'm conceited, and if you know me, you know that's the last thing I am. I say that because I'm confident. I'm very confident that the other trainers out there are not going above and beyond like we are here at REI Success Academy. From our customer support team, to our student advisors, to our management team, to our event director, to our staff at the events, they're not doing what we're doing. And you know why? Because they're so busy trying to figure out how to create more seminars, more people into event. And listen, I'm not about quantity, I'm about quality. I want smaller events than 300 and 400 people in an event, and I want less events so that I can take the quality out of in the market, and I can help develop them into something that people will do nothing but brag about. This, my coach, Zack Childress. You guys got to learn from Zack Childress. Like, this guy is the real deal. That, my friend, is where the rubber hits the road. Is that Toby?
It is Toby.
I'm so disappointed in you, Toby. Just so disappointed. She won a free ticket, and she still didn't come to my event.
She'll be at the next one.
Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Where is she? Toby, where you live at? I'm a little let down by you, Toby. You're like one of my biggest fans on here. You're here all the time, but you didn't come to Charlotte. We blew the roof off of Charlotte. Where's Toby live?
I believe she's in Georgia.
Georgia. Now you got farther to go, Toby. You got to go all the way out to California. Toby, you know I love you, girl. I am still disappointed that you didn't come, though. You know, that's that hard love, right? So, but listen, here's what I want you to understand. Let me give you some advice right now.
Tyler's on there.
Big Tyler in the house. I hear Tyler's coming to Huntsville pretty soon. Tyler's going to be coming down to the deep south. So listen, what my biggest thing here really is just you missed out on an amazing event. We blew up Charlotte. We blew it up. I mean, here's the thing. We taught things to people in Charlotte that should have been taught to them day one when they started on this business. But the problem is they didn't have the right coach. Now they've seen what we do, and I bet you they will do whatever they need to do to figure out how to work with us on a long-term position. Because that's what it boils down to. I did so much at that event, getting people up and going, getting people dialing phones, getting people getting leads, getting people analyzing deals, getting people to really position sellers so that they could contract them. But, you know, I only had the weekend, and then I had to go home, right? And now they're all scrambling. And now they realize what? Man, I got to get this company to help me. I got to get this company to help me. You need to realize that. So if I was you, I'd pick up the phone right now, unless you're watching me on it, and I would dial 707-247-4248. 707-247-4248. Talk to a student advisor. If anything, you need to get registered for the next event, number one. Number two, you need to figure out what we can do to help you like we help so many people at that event. That's number two. Number three, you need to talk to somebody just to figure out where you are. Like, where am I? Where do I need to go from here? Look, it seems like Zack is changing lives out there, and I know he doesn't do a lot of seminars, so, I got to wait 4 months before I can get to another one of his events. How can I get help right now? That's why I'm telling you guys, like, we're not doing these every weekend. And I know that makes it hard for you guys to learn from me. But that's just not my model. I love my real estate business. The seminar business is great. I love going out changing lives, but that's not everything I do. That's not like the main thing. So you got to get on the phone with somebody. 707-247-4248, and you got to talk to somebody about where you are in your business and what you need to do to get your business to the next level. Now, I'm going to share some real estate stuff with you in just a minute. Do you have something, Joe?
I just have a real estate question.
Okay.
So, Larry Walker.
Mr. Walker!
He says, what's your opinion on buying property on land you don't own?
So let me get this straight. They want to sell you the house but not the land. So do you live in Hawaii? Because they do that a lot in Hawaii, where they'll sell you the asset on the property and give you a 99-year lease on the land. So there's nothing wrong with it. It just depends on the structure and the setup that you have. So for instance, let's say I was going to go buy a house sitting on some land that the owner of the land just doesn't want to part ways with. Well, first off, how are we going to structure the deal? Is he going to lease the land to me? And if he is going to lease the land to me, how long is he going to lease the land to me? And is that lease, does it have an escalating payment plan? Does it have a declining payment plan? How is it based on? Is it commercial? The question is so broad, Mr. Walker. Is it a commercial property, and am I buying the commercial asset and leasing the land? And is the landowner going to charge me a flat lease fee, or an increase in lease fee, or a percentage of revenue? I could go in 100 different angles with you on that question. It would need to be a little bit more specific. But there's nothing wrong with it as long as the outcome is what you want. Then we just structure the deal correctly to make sure you get what you want. So.
Jason, Dr. J.
Dr. J.
He says he's just going on about the event and just kind of giving people a heads up that there will be people who want to wholesale and make money at this event, but there's also people who have money and can buy. You can make a lot of contacts, so for you doubters, go for the 3-day and see for yourself. Zack proves you don't have to have money of your own to make money. Just do it, guys. Love
it, Dr. J. Man, that was a good little testimonial there, Dr. J. I got to get that on video, man. I love it. He was at the event and he's just spitting off all the goodness. Guys, you understand, so my point is you can't get someone to say that kind of stuff about an event if they weren't there and they didn't believe in it. Dr. J, I appreciate you, man. Because here's why, Dr. J, and I'm going to talk to you real quick too, is that you understand where I'm coming from. You heard me all weekend talk about this, was that, we have a lot of jaded people in the industry, and I'm trying to break that jadedness, and I'm trying to get people to realize that, there really are some people out there that still really invest and still make a living from investing and just teach part-time. But what we teach is so relevant and what we teach is so accurate that those are the guys you want to learn from, like myself. That's what I'm trying to teach people. So I appreciate that, Dr. J. So listen, I'm going to give you guys some points. I'm going to give you some little advice here today. Like I don't always give you my advice. That's one thing I want to say. Is I'm the type, I'm going to give you my opinion whether you like it or not. But if you don't like my opinion, you don't have to come back, right? That's the beauty of this world. So you could just click right off and move on down the road. But here's my opinion. My opinion is this, is that all of you want to be successful in some way, some shape in your life. That's my opinion. There's a lot of people who say they don't want to be successful, but then 4 weeks from now, they'll complain they don't have enough money to pay their bills. Well, if they were successful in that realm of their life, financially, they wouldn't have to worry about that. But let me also just say this. Success is not always about how much money you have. Success is created from the ability to understand balance. And that's something that we all work on. I know I work on it all the time. But you have to really focus in on, like, what's your core values? What is it you stand behind? I'll give you a prime example. It happened to me just today. I get a message. I'm being asked to go speak this Sunday at an event somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. A message that said, hey, Zach, will you please come speak at our event this weekend on Sunday? You know, and I said, nah, I don't think I can. I appreciate the invite. Well, then they came back, well, please, like, we'll do this, we'll pay you extra, we'll do all this stuff if you'll come. And I just said, look, I teach my Sunday class, my fourth graders. I teach fourth grade Sunday school this Sunday, and I'm not going to miss that. I wish you guys the best at your event, but I won't be there. That's creating balance, you know what I mean? That's creating priorities in your life, is really figuring out what it is that you want to spend the most of your time doing and doing it, but never forgetting the whole purpose of what makes you happy, what drives you, what keeps you engaged, what it is that you look for and you go after in life. And so, that was something, just to be honest with you guys, that was something that I didn't really have in place when I first started out, 16 years ago. I thought I did, but I didn't. And I felt the repercussions of that as I got started. And so I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that don't just look at success as money. Look at success as, what are you doing with your life? And what's the purpose of that? And where are you going to go with it? Once you build all this money, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give back to your community? Are you going to spend more time in your church? Like, what are you going to do? Figure that out. And then you'll figure out where you're supposed to go. And so I know we use real estate as our freedom tool. Oh, by the way, you guys should check out my new videos. Since you're on here, you should go to 5flifestyle.com. We don't have them all. We have 4 of the 5 F's in there, but the 5th one will be out probably this week or next. And the reason it's not in there is because we use the event to film the 5th one. So all the people that were at the event will probably, you might even see your faces on the 5th video. So the 5th one is all about fellowship. But this is our company's core values. This is my core values. And the very first one is faith. Family, freedom, fitness, and fellowship. Watch those. Get an idea who we are as a company. Get an idea of how we stand different from the rest of this industry. Figure out what yours are. Then you'll realize how important the tools of money or the utility of money can provide you. But it will also make you realize that you always have to stay ready. You always have to stay ready. And not just ready for an opportunity in business, but ready to defend your core beliefs. You got to stand strong as a soldier in the night. And you got to realize that so many things will come at you and blind you to where sometimes you'll move off track from your core values. So not only do you have to be ready every day for business and opportunity, you got to be ready to stand your ground for your core beliefs and your integrity. Because let me tell you something. We live in a world and a society that we can be tricked and fooled by the blind if we're not careful. So I encourage you to be focused on that. Be focused on your journey. And be focused on doing what you need to do to get there. And a lot of times, if you want to do big things in life, yes, you do have to create big financial goals to achieve that. Because listen, money is not everything, but money is definitely a great tool to allow you to do the things that you want when it comes to doing missionary work, building churches, doing food drives, giving back to your community, traveling, doing things for your family. But don't let it suck you in, is what I'm saying. So some things that you do need to consider when it comes to real estate is I'm going to give you guys some of the same little bit of homework that I gave at the event. And let's see if you're lazy or if you're a producer. That's something to think about, right? Are you lazy or are you a producer? You know, entrepreneurship is not always the easiest journey, and that's why a lot of people run from it. It has ups, it has downs. It can suck you dry if you're not careful. And along that path, what you will realize is successful entrepreneurs that go out and charge at this, they're the type that are doers. They do every day. And if you've ever been around me at all, you know there's one common phrase I say over and over and over again. And that's do something every day. Do something every day on your business. Because if you'll do something every day on your business, then you're a doer. But don't be lazy. And don't make complaints. Own your own life. Own that, okay? Stop whining about your life. Stop whining about the politics. Stop whining about your president. Stop whining about your boss. Stop whining about your spouse. Stop whining about your mommy and your daddy. And own your own life. Because they're not going to fix you. You're going to fix you. And that's some serious talk right there. Own it. Stop blaming. Stop making excuses. Stop letting other people control your outcome. Stop being reactive and start being proactive. Stop being so reactive that the direction you want to go to better your life, your cousin, aunt, mother, sister, brother, daughter, grandpa, everybody else jerks you off that path. Because they need something what? Right now. I need it right now. I need it right now. Can you help me right now? Can you help me right now? Can you go do this with me? Can you run over here with me? No, I can't. I'm building my life right now. I love you, but I can't help you until I help myself. Own it, guys. Own your life. Stop letting other people control the destiny that you go down. So when you start owning your life, you start doing something every day. And you start realizing that your life is more important than others. Because why? You can't help anyone else until you help yourself. So think about that. So something I want you to do between now and next week when we have this call again, I want you to make some phone calls. I want you to start dialing some for sale by owners. I want you to dial some rental ads. I want you to find out who's motivated. Call these rental ads and see if it's a landlord, see if they want to sell any of their portfolio. If they say no, see if they want to buy any more rental properties. And listen, if they're not landlords and it's just a homeowner, see if they'll do a long-term lease with the option to buy. Put a deal together. Get on the phone. Listen, the one thing that you've got to get good at, two things really, is running numbers and talking to people. You got to. And the only way you can do that is if you do it every day. Do it every day. Stop making excuses. Do you know the one person that lies to you more than anyone? It's yourself. You lie to yourself all the time trying to tell you you can't do it. Trying to tell you it's too hard. Trying to tell you you don't have enough time or you don't have enough money or you don't have enough information. Those are lies. And you got to get the right help to help you overcome those so that you can move forward. But just write that down. I want you to call some for sale by owners. Google it. Google me. Google me for sale by owners. Google FSBO. Google for sale by owners, Sacramento, California, Atlanta, Georgia. Google your state. Find these sites. Go on there. Start making contacts. Start talking to people. Start gathering information. Start figuring out how you can work a deal with them. Because the more you communicate, the more you talk, and the more you get on the phone, the better you're going to be at what you do. And that is the truth. You got me? I hope you got me. Because I just laid out some thickness on you right there. Okay? So, Mr. Rob, thanks for joining us late. Glad to have you on here. Hey, at least you showed up, man.
Oh, yeah, I'll see him there.
You know, never too late, right, man? We just covered all the good stuff. You're just catching the tail end of this one. Oh, Rob, you know we love you, man. That's another guy we've worked with. Doing some deals out here in the marketplace. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, it's all up to you. It's your choice. It's your adventure. It's your activity. But you got to start doing something. I'm giving you some homework today.
So Larry Walker says, thank you for your knowledge and experience.
Well, thanks again, Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, we appreciate you. I hope I helped you with your question, even though it was a little vague. We could have pinned it down a little bit more if we knew exactly what type of asset you were going after. But I love the questions, Mr. Walker. Look, that's active participation, Mr. Walker. I just like saying Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, Mr. Walker, Mr. Walker. That's active participation, asking me questions. I don't know why everybody don't ask me questions. I mean, you got me on here. We're live. We're live. If I fell off this stool, it'd be on there. It's live. Right?
Do that.
I ain't going to fall off.
I mean, I could let you stand up and I'll have you sit down.
You let me stand up and sit back down and pull the chair off
We
or
could
anything?
tickle your feet.
Tickle my feet. Listen at you. Where did we see that at?
It was a birthday request.
A birthday request. That's right. Somebody told me I look like a Persian cat, and then somebody wanted to tickle my feet. I don't know about that. I don't want anybody touching my feet. Look, I don't want to touch your feet. I don't want you touching my feet. Okay? I do not like feet. Let's just get that clear. Unless they're really small, and I'm okay with them. But I'm not a foot person. And look, if you're gonna be around me and think you're gonna rub feet on me, you better go put some socks on. Let's just get that clear.
You must have had an experience with some pretty smelly feet.
I know. I don't know what it is. Like, I think feet. I'm like, oh, you're gonna get some feet away from me. But I'm okay if they got socks on them. I'll even rub your feet if you got socks on. I don't want to be touching no feet though. And listen, and I'm not a hypocrite. I don't want you touching my feet neither. So I won't touch yours. You don't touch mine. Jill, what was an aha moment for you this weekend? Let's talk about that.
There were several aha moments. I mean, in all honesty, to be able to just work in that environment to where you have so many people that are in there that are looking for their financial freedom, and to see so many people start to believe in themselves, that's what's amazing.
Yeah, believing in themselves, right? Like, it's like they come in with this doubt. They come in with this fear. They don't know what to expect, and then here I come. Boom! I blow them up, right? They're like, whoa, well, there's Zack Childress. Oh my gosh, that's really Zack. And listen, I'm this way on stage, at home, at my house. I'm this way in the shower. You name it, I'm this way. Why? Because I love life and I love helping people. Like, that's probably my biggest passion in life is I love helping people. And listen, I can be a little hard butt sometimes, and I'm not saying I can't, but I mean, that don't mean I don't want to help you. But if you're doing something that I don't think you're being honest about, or I'm going to call you out as your coach. And that's just the way it is, okay? But listen, here's what the belief, going back to Jill. I mean, you could see it in their eyes. Like, by midway through day 2, it was like you could just see it. Yeah. Like, they were like, oh my gosh. Like, this whole, because I teach after lunch, I teach market segmentation, by the way, and the 5 economic indicators, and how we pick markets, and how we know when to get in and get out and make the most money. And I think once I start showing them that,
it's amazing.
Oh man, it's like they realize at that moment that they're right where they're supposed to be.
I think I also feel like it's amazing to be able to have all of these people who do come in there and they don't know anything. And they come in and they're like, it's so much information. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I mean, you would be upset if you came in and there was no information. And they were like,
right. Well, I didn't learn anything. Well, now I'm learning too much.
Right. And they're like, you're right. And they're like, can we get a video of this? Because it was so much and so great. And like, I just don't know if I'm going to remember it all. I'm like, absolutely. We can figure it out. We'll figure out what you need to keep moving.
Yeah, that's a good point. Guys, if you want a video, like, we recorded the whole event. Thanks for reminding me of that, Jill. We recorded the whole event. We had our entire group there, AV team, recording this thing. So you need to call 707-247-4248. You need to let somebody know that you want to be on the waiting list, because that obviously all that footage has to be edited and put into an entire, boot camp in a box, really. You need to call that number, 707-247-4248.
Oh.
And you need to let them know. You need to say, look, I want some recordings. Now, they're not going to be free. Come on now. You didn't come to the event. I'm not going to scratch your butt for you. You're going to have to pay for them to get them shipped out to you. But I'm going to tell you something. It's worth it.
Yeah. So I just want to bring up also about Richard Harrell and the fact that, you know, the first thing that he did was come up to you and say thank you so much, and he had his friend with him to be able to learn how
That's
to do.
right. That is a testimonial in itself. So
Yes.
this kid Richard was at our Nashville event and made $40,000 from the event, just learning from me at an event. And he came to this Charlotte event because he wanted to come and tell me like what he learned at that event. He was able to go out and make $40,000 on, but he brought his friend because he said, look, I did this, I want to help my friend, so I brought my friend to the event so he could learn from you and he could start making the same amount of money. That's a referral and a half right there. Not just that, but that's somebody that cares. Like, he cares so much about his friend that he was like, look, don't go to any of these other seminars. Like, just come with me to the real deal. Come with me to the real thing, and I'll show you what I learned so that you can go out and do it. And that guy was stoked.
Yes.
Like, he was so excited to get home and get started. Like, it was a game changer, man. It was a game changer. And I know I keep bragging about the event, but man, it was good. I mean, it was a new event for us. I've been putting all this new material together, and I was ready to bring it to the market, and that was what we did, and people just loved it. They received it. They loved it. So many people wanted to work with us outside of the event. Like, they didn't want it to stop. They were like, look, how do I work with you even more? How do I get a coach? How do I work with you directly, Zach? I opened 5 spots up at this event to work with me directly, and they were gone. Like, they were gone as soon as I opened them up, they were gone. Why? Because they believed in us. They believed in me. And that's something you need to think about. I mean, it was just, man, it was a game changer. Like, it was a game-changing event. And I'm sorry if you guys missed it. But I'm not sorry, you know, because you had plenty of time to get registered. You had plenty of time to get to the event. I talked about it constantly. So, I mean, really, it's not on me. It's on you guys. You know, I can only put it out there. You got to take the action to do it. So, what you got over there?
Okay, so we've got 2.
Right. Speak up for him.
Rob Stanfield.
Oh, Rob.
He says, you made me believe for sure, Zach.
I got you, buddy.
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
He says, here again, I've researched for the past 18 months, spent a lot of money, and finally I'm sure Zach can help anyone make it happen. But as we as individuals have to help ourselves want to make it happen. We as individuals need to dig deeper.
Dig deeper, Dr. J.
And that was my aha moment. He's the real deal.
Oh, Dr. J, you're the man. I got to give Dr. J something.
Dr. J is going to be on the phone with you.
Dr. J! Oh, Dr. J! I know who we're dealing with. Yes. I know which one it is now. He was the one that got the book bag, and he was like, "This is like,
yep,
that's an expensive book bag." Yes, I'm with you, Dr. J. Listen, we got lots of things to do, my friend. Yes, me and you are working together for the next 12 months. We are definitely going to be digging deeper. We're definitely going to be building a huge business together. And I'm excited to be part of your journey, Dr. J. I'm excited you believe in me. And I'm excited you got that very expensive book bag. That's the first thing he said. He said, well, that's an expensive book bag. Oh, man, that was funny. I liked it. Good sense of humor, Dr. J. I don't know if I'll be calling you Dr. J on our phone calls, though.
I like his Facebook alias, though.
What's his Facebook alias?
I like that he's calling himself Dr. J.
No, he is.
Yeah.
So, well, cool stuff, guys. I just wanted to brag a little bit about my team. I wanted to brag a little bit about the students that were at the event and how great it was and how we're one big family, man. And I think that everybody saw that. I really do. I think that, you know, they hear it from me all the time, but I think they really got to see, like, you know, I mean, we're professionals. We're professional people that love what we do. And the staff knows that they're supporting a guy like me with a vision that's really doing this, really helping people, really getting in there with them, really investing, really making money from real estate, really teaching, really involved, really wanting to help. And I think that changes people when they know they're with a company and they're with a leader that really, really, really cares about what their students do. And so I think everyone at that event saw that and felt that. And, you know, I couldn't do it without the team. I couldn't do it without my staff. I couldn't do it without Jill in the back over here, who's always with me like a fly on the wall.
You have to tell them, who am I?
Oh, I can't say that. Jill is she's my executive assistant. She's our coaching director. She's our event coordinator. So we love Jill. We couldn't do it without Carly. Carly is our student director. She runs our events when it comes to our advisors and helping you guys pick the right path for you. We couldn't do it without her. If you ever get a chance to talk to her when you call in, please do. We couldn't do it without Tyler, who helps keep the event organized and ran correctly. We couldn't do it without everybody on the team, with AC and Jeff and Brock. By the way, Brock was absolutely wonderful. I love that kid. We couldn't do it without Eric coming out to the event. And I just want to say, like, I was impressed with everyone, and I was impressed with you guys as students showing up, and I think it was wonderful. I really do. I really, you know, I always know we can get better, you know, helping you as students. We can always improve. But we blew the lid off of Charlotte. Ooh! So yes, this is really a more of a video of about you guys missed out. You guys missed out. You guys missed out. That's what this is. I promise you next week we'll get right back into our real estate investing talk show, and I'm going to dig into some more real estate stuff. But I just had to brag a little bit. Like, we really blew the lid off of Charlotte, and you guys that were there, you saw it, you experienced it, you felt it. And man, the amount of people that got in front of a camera to share your story about what you felt about it just demonstrates we're on the right path. So, helping people, changing lives, that's what we're doing. Guys, listen, this is Zack Childress. Don't go anywhere this week, because tomorrow I am going into part 2 on the power of 7 personal financial disciplines. This is your Dig Deeper book review. We do it tomorrow, Wednesday. We do it every Wednesday at 1:30 Eastern Time Zone. Don't miss this. John Gillespie, The Power of 7 Personal Financial Disciplines. We're going to go into part 2 because we got through part 1 last week. So be back. Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat place with Zack Childress. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.